Hey guys, good morning. It's morning for me here. I don't know what it is for you, but whatever it is, hello, guten tag, hola, aloha, which is also how you say goodbye in Hawaiian, which is great. Always makes you think of Miss Congeniality. I've been doing my makeup and I've decided on Tuesdays I'm going to do Tuesday talks. So you can see I just did my eyes. I'm going to finish my face up and talk while I do it. I had just put this beautifying serum on, and so it was right in front of me when I decided to hit record because, yeah, things happen. I want to just put more content out, but I want to just have random talks. Apparently, it's a thing, and I never knew about it. Oh, I'm doing my brows. I had lost my train of thought when I was trying to figure out what I was going to talk about. And so, by doing my brows, guys, I don't do a whole lot to them. I just like to make them look a little more intense. First, I gotta find it. Oh, there it is. I got this cool kit out of an Ipsy bag, and so, of course, I don't really like to use the brush they have in here, but it is what it is. So this morning was a bit actually, it was a really good morning. We woke up, all of us, really early, which was nice because then there's less of that stress of, oh my God, we're running late. I hate being late. My kids know it. I'm on time for everything and then some. And so it was nice. And they have this thing where I remember as a kid, like we were allowed to watch TV while my parents were getting ready because we had to be ready first. So I allot them time to watch their favorite YouTubers. And no, I'm not their favorite YouTuber. I mean, maybe my daughter. It's so cute. I've caught her at night. She watches my videos to go to sleep. Isn't that sweet? I put her to sleep. You will hear my other baby in the background. She's asleep, but if she wakes up, I will have to pull her out. But yeah, so it was a pretty good morning. And I put out a video last night and I told my husband, I really do want to focus on putting good content out. But what do you do for content every day? Like I watch some of these YouTubers and it's a lot of reacts videos and I'm like, oh, and one of my guests was like, why don't you just talk and put on your makeup? Like there's a girl apparently that does that and she's a big hit. And I was like, well, I can do that one day. So today's the day. Tuesday Talks is what I'm going to call it. And I'm just going to talk about random stuff, random things, such as things I've watched on Netflix or Disney Plus, or I'm finishing the Game of Thrones book, so I'm doing that right now. Yesterday I had a bit of a Star Wars kind of binge. I have my moments with Star Wars where I just get very like, I have to watch this. And on Disney Plus, they have it in order, like in a real order, like how it would have gone. And so I want to watch it like that because that to me is so legit. Like, thank you, Disney. You make me mad sometimes because you took Gina Carano off of The Mandalorian. But whatever. I love her. That woman's bomb. I just think she's amazingly powerful. And as an actress, she's really good. I really like her in Deadpool. Because I like Deadpool too, and she's in that, and I'm like, yes. It's funny because I'm pretty sure Deadpool is Marvel, right? I'm pretty sure, and he's not on the Marvel universe in Disney Plus. I'm like, well, maybe I'll need a Disney Plus for the adults. On another note, I watched this really interesting crime series thing, the Twinder Swindler. It was funny. The title was. I'm drinking coffee, guys, if you want to know. It's just I'm in Texas, so I can go to the Hebes, H-E-B, and they have a Houston blend. And even though I do not go to Houston because it's not my favorite city in Texas, I will drink the coffee because it's delightful. And then I use sugar-free hazelnut creamer. So delicious. So, yeah, this guy, and I've heard of this before. I mean, I think you see it in pyramid schemes where they basically are scamming off of people by telling them like do this, and then they're spending all of this money that they really don't have, but they're doing it, and it's like, wow, y'all are jerks. Like, who does? I mean, I guess people do it, but still, what nasty people. So this guy was basically doing that to girls, like, you know, like telling them like, oh, I love you, you're my boo thing, and then not being there for them, and then having them take out loans. I'm sorry, no offense to the females, I totally get it. However, I don't, because if some guy was telling me, or girl, whatever, like, I love you, I love you, I love you. Oh, by the way, I need you to do this because this, this, and that. No, 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 no. If you're claiming to be some millionaire's kid, I don't believe you. I don't believe you for 2 seconds. I really don't. Guys, I do this twice, just in case you're wondering what I'm doing. But it was interesting to watch because he really did a number to these girls, and they fell for it. I don't know. I'm pretty trusting myself. My husband says it all the time. Sometimes I'm too trusting, but not that trusting. Shoot. So it was a good watch though. I mean, of course it happened in Europe. I feel like things like that happen in the States probably more often than not, because they happen too often. They're like, oh, we're not going to do that over there. That happens all the time. Like, people get scammed in the US every day, which is true. Shout out, right, to Kit Boga, because I watch him like obsessively. And he's always, you know, those scammers, they're so just diligent, adamant. They make you feel like crap sometimes. So yeah, this guy did that, and he would like threaten the girls. He's like, do you know what's gonna happen to you because you're doing this to me? It's like, what, dude? Like, nothing. And apparently, like, he only served 5 years for this. These girls have to pay back all of these loans on their own. There's no restitution. Thank you, legal system. And not here though. I mean, over there. And he's already out, and he's living the life again. Like, you wouldn't even know. One of the girls kind of got back at him because he's one of those clothes snobs, and so he was buying all sorts of stuff, Gucci and whatnot, and she's been selling his stuff, and so, you know, she's kind of getting her money back. But it's like, but that's just her. What about these other poor girls that, you know, they believed him. They believed this fool. I don't know. Anybody who comes at me, I guess too, I'm not from the era of online dating. I mean, MySpace was the extent of that for me. But my husband, I met him at work. And I feel pretty lucky that I met my husband organically, you know what I mean? But I guess that's not the thing anymore. It's funny too, because I have a younger brother who's living in Japan, and he was like, yeah, when I go here, like, I have all these Tinder matches. I'm like, what the hell, dude? You're on Tinder? That's nasty. I heard that's just a hookup site. Oh, these young males. But I mean, I get it, I guess. But at the same time, I kind of don't. Because, oh my gosh, like, that's a lot. Oh, I got quiet. Sorry, I started to get focused. This is a kabuki brush, if you're wondering. And I added in a different color. I always use the NYX or NYX or whatever you call it. And I felt like the other one I had was just a little too dark for the winter. So I ended up getting buff, because I also use, because I'm yellow. This one's olive. It's which one? It's medium olive, which is more like, if you look, it does match me. However, I feel like I need a combination right now because it's not summertime. So So yeah, so that Tinder one was good. What else? I like to watch random stuff, and then I like to get into things. I don't know if you guys saw the movie Dune. Amazing cinematography, that's how you say it. I absolutely loved it. I feel like they did such a good job. The color and the, like, just what they use, how they got angles and stuff, amazing. There are things I wish that they had included. I started reading the book, and originally I got the book on my iBooks because I didn't know, I've never read sci-fi, honestly. I read fantasy. Like, I have all the Narnia and Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit. I just got the Percy Jackson series, Game of Thrones. Like, I have all of that. And so that's kind of always been my go-to, is more like a fantasy. But when I saw the movie, I was just very intrigued, especially because 9 times out of 10, being a Lord of the Rings fan and then a Narnia fan, all of that is loosely Christian based and pagan. There are some pagan things in there, which I think is beautiful and I love. But it was nice to see this in a different perspective and how they highlight a different kind of culture and religion. I thought that was really neat. So if you've never gotten into sci-fi, I would say start with Dune if you decide to change your mind. Really, really good. It's very, very well written too. That's a huge thing for me, because sometimes you get into books and it's like, oh, it's not that it's not a good, like, it's a good movie, but the writer isn't that great, and so you lose interest in it pretty quickly. That's not the case here. It is phenomenal. Really, really love it a lot. So I've been doing that. I've been reading that too. So it's funny because my husband will laugh. He's like, what are you doing? Because I'll be cooking. And of course, this one's on my phone. And so it doesn't take much for me to just pick it up and start reading. I'm like, oh, I'm in outer space right now. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm in outer space. And so, and then at night, you know, I have I'm on the last book of the Game of Thrones that are out, and I'm on the 5th one. And he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I have to go back to Westeros. I got to figure out what's going on here. And he just laughs. He's like, you're so funny. I'm like, to you, I'm funny. But these are free vacations, buddy. Like, you have no idea. As a mom, especially a new baby mom right now, this is heaven. So, stay matte powder if you're wondering. So yeah, so it's been fun. I don't have a blush that I've gotten fond of yet, so I'm just using one out of the Ipsy bag. If you guys have a blush recommendation, please shoot in my direction. So yeah, that's been good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to finish Game of Thrones, and then I'm debating, because here in my salon room, I actually have The Handmaid's Tale and then the Testaments. I read The Handmaid's Tale, but I did not get to read the Testaments. So I'm like, where do I go next? Do I go back to Gilead, or do I go and get all of the Dune books? I have a friend who's really awesome who turned me on to The Witcher. And so there's that. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what do I do? By the way, look, if for no other reason, watch The Witcher simply because Henry Cavill, because you were supposed to say it like Cavill is amazing. Oh, he's such a great actor. And then, whew, man, he is so handsome. I don't say that very often, but there are a few guys, like, I'm like, that bone structure, bro, calm down. If I was a guy, I'd aspire for that. Like, the physique, I mean, when I think about it, really lucky. My brothers have that kind of physique. Genetics are everything, right? I mean, it's really what determines stuff. So my brothers got pretty lucky with all that. Yeah, so lots of places to go. Now you just got to figure out which one. If y'all ever have recommendations for reading, please shoot it my way. Do I ever read self-help? Sometimes I do, but not very often. because I like self-help stuff, but at the same time, it's all kind of redundant, I feel. It's like they tell me the same thing. I already know that I need to not be hard on myself. Guess what? You telling me isn't making it happen. So there's that. All right. So the last topic I'm going to run through is, I don't know, judgment. Why are we so judgy? You know, I'm sitting here doing my makeup and I think about it, and I don't do this for any other reason other than I like it. I like it. But somebody's going to make a comment because I didn't highlight correctly or I did something they didn't like. I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be and I don't want to be. But I try, and I think that's what's important. I'm going to end on this note because I'm pretty much done with my face. I think we all need to start being a lot kinder to each other, especially females. You know, it's always the girls that have the, you know, spread love and positivity or love and light that tend to be the meanest. And I'm done with that nonsense. Like, I'm over it. We all need to be there for each other. Being a woman, period, is so hard. It's extremely hard. Like, there's so much to it to unpack. It's not just this. It's not makeup and hair and nails and my boobies popping out. It's emotional and it's physical and it's, you know, it's wondering if that girl next to you is judging you because you're in a faded black t-shirt and jeans and she's in heels and jeans and a cute top and you don't feel like you compare to her. And she's a mom too. It's, you know, waking up in the morning and somebody posting on Instagram this amazing breakfast that they've already made for their kids, and you're just happy that you feel that you have enough energy to wake up. I think that I've been a little flustered because it seems like it's a costume to some people. This is a costume. It's not a costume. You can't put this on and take it off and say, but I feel like a girl. No, you can't feel the emotions that a woman feels if you're not fully on it. And we go through a lot. Everybody has their own torment and torture. I know men have it too. I've seen it. I've been a part of it. But I think that it's tough when you're a female and you feel like other females are just trying to tear you down. I want you to know right now, as a woman to another woman, if you're a woman watching this, you're amazing. And I know you probably think that the whole world crumbles around you sometimes and you don't know what you're doing, or you feel lost, or you feel frustrated. But remember, like, somehow, some way, we as women handle it and we get it done and we do what we got to do. And that's amazing in and of itself. We have superpowers that we don't even give ourselves credit for. And we should all the time. That I don't understand why we don't. I really, really, really don't. But we need to. We need to start being kinder to ourselves and really putting ourselves together and out there. And yeah, I mean, do I do the best makeup? Nah. I'm basic. I got some cool brushes out of some bags and some random cool stuff. And I do minimal. I don't feel like this is a lot. I spend the most time on my eyes, but that's how I feel. I just hope and pray that other females feel just as good about themselves, that they're doing just as much for themselves, and that we can all learn to be a little kinder to each other instead of sitting here bashing one another because, well, if you had done it this way, or I do it that way, or this girl doesn't know what she's talking about. How many of us really know what we're talking about? Let's be real. Come on now. Let's just be kind. Let's be kind. Let's be mindful. And let's remember, we're not all going to see eye to eye on every little thing. But you know what? That's the beauty of life. We don't have to. All we have to do is be respectful and do our best to get along. I've said it several times to people when they're like, well, you never talk to me. I don't talk to you. To me, I'm being respectful by not talking to you because something you've already said has somewhat triggered me or made me feel some kind of way. And instead of getting into an argument with you, I'm just going to stay away from it and let you keep your opinion to yourself, and I'll keep my opinion to myself, and we're all the better for it, right? It's that simple. It's that simple. Hold on. So that's the note I'm going to leave on. Let's start really lifting each other up. Let's make each other feel better. You see a mom or a girl or a female or a little girl or, you know, a teenage girl out there and they look like they're having a day, give them a compliment. Say something. I like your scrunchie. I like your hair. I like your lipstick. I like that you're bold enough to do something crazy with your makeup. But to be mean or vicious and tear people down because of what? Because they don't think like you do? Because they don't look like you do? Because you're better because you can cake on 10 pounds of makeup and I only cake on 2? Who cares? Who cares? Ooh, look, I think my dimple's showing. That's the end of it today, guys. I'm not gonna go any longer than 20 minutes or longer than 25 minutes because I feel like I tend to do that a lot. But that's the end of it. That's what it is. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I hope you have an amazing week. And I will be back Wednesday for Wellness Wednesdays, because I think that that's another good one to do. So it'll either be wellness or workout, but I think those go hand in hand. So we'll see. I haven't started working out again yet, but I think I'm getting ready to pump that iron, I missed my cut. I used to have a cut here. It's kind of gone. My biceps aren't as big. I'm gonna be like Louisa, right? If you know, you know. All right, later, Gators. Thanks for tuning in. Again, like and subscribe because that's what I'm supposed to say. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Comment down below, as my daughter used to say. Hope y'all are having a great one. Deuces, peeps.